Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. What do you make of that matchup?
That's a great fight. Look, it's a great fight. Ian Garry for a long time has been saying that, you know, he is the future. Obviously, it's his nickname. Like, he sees himself as being there with the belt. He's visualized it, but now he's got Makhachev in the division. And I mean, Makhachev's got the kryptonite for every single person in the division. No matter where the fight goes, he's got the skills to challenge you and to cause you issues. Like, of course, since Ian Garry's, you know, been spending time in Brazil, been working on his jiu-jitsu, he's going to be far more confident in his ground game. But at the same time, like, I don't know if you're going to be able to replicate what Islam Makhachev can do to you. I think you would have to be in the wrestling room in Dagestan to really feel that kind of pressure. And what you got to remember is, like, that room right now, we keep signing a bunch of guys from Khabib's team. They're all like cookie cutter versions of each other. They're all lethal. They've all got great wrestling.
Listen, I think Islam wins the fight. It's hard to pick anybody against Islam right now, man. I mean, he's top pound for pound fighter on the planet, and he's just good everywhere. I do see a path to victory for Ian Machado Garry. It's not going to be a very exciting one. I don't think it's one that the fans are going to love, because I think it's a whole lot of sticking and moving and staying safe and playing long and scoring points from range. And I think that's the only way you get it done, because I don't see him really getting into a firefight with Islam and dropping him. I don't see that happening. I definitely don't think the grappling goes his way. So I think in order for him to be competitive, it's like, keep your back off the fence, make sure you're circling, make sure you're using that long jab, make sure you're using the teep.
He does well with Islam on the stand-up because he's rangy, he's tricky, all those. But on the ground, he doesn't. He does okay, but he doesn't survive on the ground, I don't think. I mean, well, okay, he might survive 5 rounds, but he won't get the best of Islam on the ground. That I'm 100% sure about that. On the stand-up, he's pretty tricky. So one punch can change everything on that. One kick, one punch, one knee. You know, so that's a different story. But on the ground, I don't see him dominating. I see him surviving, possibly. So yeah, I could see that. And then the takedown defense that he has is decent, but not great enough to stop Islam from taking him down. But again, you know, sometimes we'll go in there and we'll decide that we're gonna do this with Islam, and next thing you know, next round we'll say, okay, take him down now.
The big question becomes, can Ian Garry get back to his feet? Because if he can't get back to his feet, then guess what? It's probably over. And we know that Islam Makhachev is a ridiculous finisher. It ain't going to look like Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis, not talking shit, but there was a lot of grappling, a lot of control time on that one. No, he likes to choke people out. 28 wins, 5 knockouts, 13 submissions. So he stopped 18 out of the 28 wins, okay? Right? The man's a finisher, and he'll be looking to get his first win in the welterweight division, because it was a decision against Jack Della Maddalena. Now, another thing that when I was researching this video and just looking up clips of,
the biggest question surrounding UFC 330 is no longer whether Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry is a dangerous matchup.
So, man, it's hard to be against Islam Makhachev, you know? I think he's super good. Looks like the division fits perfect to him. Ian Garry has an amazing footwork, amazing head movement, a really good distance. But I don't know, man. I think I'm going with Islam Makhachev for sure.
It is who actually wins when the cage door closes. For weeks, fans, fighters, coaches, and former champions have debated whether Makhachev's elite wrestling and submission game.
My official prediction, Ian Garry is gonna knock Islam out. The height is a real thing, and Ian Garry's got it. And there's something that Islam has seen that concerns him about the takedown. There's something within Ian Garry that concerns Islam, period. I think it's simply, how do I get to a guy that's this long and moves this much? Islam believes Ian Garry is more dangerous than Ilia Topuria. That's a huge compliment. Ian Garry by knockout. I would not wage a round, though I think it's gonna be 4. This is just a smartest guy you know sharing an expert opinion.
Can overcome Garry's size, reach, movement, and technical striking. Now, with the fight finally here, the predictions from some of MMA's biggest names have added another layer of intrigue. Islam Makhachev enters this championship fight as one of the most accomplished active fighters in the sport.
If Ian knocks him out, I wouldn't be that surprised. These are the 2 best guys in welterweight. I think it's a tough fight. But again, we're talking about Islam Makhachev. He's getting a little bit older now. but he's still in his prime. And once he gets older, guys, they don't seem to be able to escape. I think this is going to be Islam's toughest fight. Can't think any point that Islam is going to lose. Islam Makhachev, decision.
While Ian Machado Garry enters with the opportunity to completely change his career with one victory. Makhachev is 28-1 and riding a historic UFC winning streak, while Garry has built a 17-1 record and earned his shot at the welterweight championship. Makhachev is also attempting to extend his UFC winning streak to 17 consecutive victories, which would move him past Anderson Silva's long-standing mark.
Hamzat Chimaev almost didn't wrestle against Sean, so what is the chance that Islam will not wrestle against you on Saturday night?
Islam's better than all of them. Islam's the greatest fighter on the planet right now. Islam is going to come in there, he's going to grab a hold of me at one point, and that's the moment the fight starts. I'm excited for that point to prove my talents, my skill sets, to be able to show everybody that I can stop the grappling and bring the fight where I need it on the feet.
But what makes this fight fascinating is that Garry is not simply another striker standing across from Makhachev. He is significantly taller, possesses a substantial reach advantage, understands distance extremely well, and has the confidence to believe he can force Islam into an unfamiliar type of fight. Reuters notes that Garry has roughly a 5-inch height advantage and 4 inches of reach over Makhachev, physical advantages that could become extremely important if the Irishman can keep the fight at long range.
That's a great fight. You know, you have Ian Garry, who's more of a counter fighter. He likes to control the void, be at distance from his opponent, where Islam Makhachev's very good about wrestling. He has the body kick, very good hands. So it's going to depend, like, how he's going to be able to get to Ian Garry, and, you know, how is Ian Garry going to be able to move and negate the clash that needs to happen in the fight. So we'll see.
And then there is the prediction that caught the attention of fans around the world. Alexander Volkanovski believes Islam Makhachev could submit Ian Machado Garry. Volkanovski knows better than almost anyone what Islam brings into the octagon because he has already shared the cage with him twice. Their first encounter was a closely contested championship fight before Makhachev secured the decision, while their second meeting ended with Islam finishing Volkanovski. So when a fighter with that level of first-hand experience predicts that Islam could find a submission against Garry, it carries serious weight.
I feel like he's going to be. He has exceptional movement. It's frustrated every single person in the division. The big thing is that he knows the Islam game plan. Islam, every single fight, this is his plan. He's gonna pressure, get to the cage, body lock, takedown, control. That's his strategy for every single fight. And then from there, he goes in either ground and pounds or he submits him. Knowing that, Ian's strategy is going to use his striking and then use
Volkanovski understands the pressure, control, grip fighting, positional transitions, and patience required to survive against Makhachev. His prediction suggests that Garry's size may not automatically solve the biggest problem in this matchup. What happens when Islam gets his hands locked around you? And that is exactly where this fight could be decided. But the story becomes even more interesting when you look at Georges St-Pierre's analysis. The former UFC champion and one of the greatest MMA fighters in history has also broken down the matchup, focusing on the unique dynamics created by Garry's size and striking versus Makhachev's grappling. St-Pierre's perspective matters because he understands the strategic battle between elite wrestling and elite distance management better than almost anyone. Throughout his career, GSP constantly studied how to force opponents into uncomfortable positions, and that is essentially the puzzle facing both men here. Islam wants Garry thinking about the takedown before the takedown even happens. Garry wants Islam thinking about the jab, the front kick, the long straight punches, and the possibility of being countered every time he steps forward. Whoever controls that mental battle may control the fight itself. For Islam Makhachev, the game plan appears straightforward in theory, but incredibly difficult to stop in practice. Close the distance, force Garry backward, get into the clinch, secure the takedown, establish top control, and slowly break down the challenger. Islam has repeatedly demonstrated that he does not need to rush once he gets a dominant position. He can make an opponent carry his weight, defend submissions, fight grips, protect his neck, and constantly worry about what comes next. Islam himself has predicted that he will pressure Garry, make him tired, and finish the fight inside 3 rounds. That confidence tells you exactly how Makhachev sees the matchup. He does not appear intimidated by Garry's size. Instead, he believes the bigger man will eventually become easier to control once the wrestling starts. But Garry's supporters see a completely different fight. They believe the size difference could be the single biggest variable in the entire matchup. Garry is not just taller, he has the tools to use that height intelligently. He can fight behind a long jab, attack the legs, use front kicks, circle away from pressure, and force Islam to cover significantly more distance than he normally does. If Garry can keep the fight standing for long stretches, the challenger could make Islam work harder than he has in previous fights. Every failed takedown could cost energy. Every clinch entry could create an opportunity for a knee or short strike. Every time Islam reaches for a leg, Garry could potentially punish the attempt with movement and angles.